Roads, and I'll be doing a monologue from Pulp Fiction. Hello, little man. Boy, I sure heard bunches of you. You see, I was a friend of your father's. We were in that Hanoi pit of hell together for over 5 years. Hopefully, you'll never have to experience this for yourself. But when two men are in a situation like me and your dad were, for as long as we were, you take on responsibilities of the other. If it had been me who hadn't made it, right now, Major Coolidge would be giving this speech to my son Jim. But it worked out. I'm giving the speech to you, Butch. I got something for you, little man. This watch right here. This watch was first purchased by your great grandfather during the First World War in a general store in Knoxville, Tennessee. At this time, up until then, people carried around pocket watches. You see, he bought this on the first day he set sail for Paris. This was great grandfather's war watch, and he wore this watch every day he was in that war. And when he returned home to your great grandmother, he put this watch in a coffee can, and then in that can it stayed until it was your grandfather's turn to go serve his country. Your grandfather, Dane Coolidge, was called upon to go overseas and fight, this time World War II. Your great grandfather gave your grandfather this watch for good luck. But have it be, your grandfather didn't have luck like your grandfather did. He died. He was a Marine who died in the Battle of Wake Island, just like all the other Marines. Your grandfather was facing death and he knew it. None of those boys has any illusions of leaving that island alive. 3 days before the Japanese took the island, your grandfather gave a man he never met before by the name of Wanaki this watch. And he told him to take it back and give it to your father, his brand new baby boy that he'd never seen in the flesh. 3 days later, the Japanese took the island. Your great grandfather was killed. But Wanaki never forgot the promise. After the war was over, he returned home to your grandmother and gave her this watch. And when your father was shot down over Hanoi, he was wearing this watch. And your father knew that the Gooks would take it if they got their hands on it. Your father believed this watch was your birthright. He'd be damned if any Gooks were going to lay their greasy hands on your birthright. So, he hid it. He hid the watch, and the only place he knew that they wouldn't find it, in his ass. For 5 long years, your father hid this watch up his ass. Well, he ended up dying of dysentery. He gave me the watch. 2 years, I had this uncomfortable hunk of metal up my ass. After 7 years, they let me return home to my family. And now, Little man, I give this watch to you.